What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and this is an absolute banger of a training done by our co-founder of Agency U, Gilberto. He's going to walk through literally the same process of how he's been able to scale his agency to 150K a month, literally doing no ads. Yes, no ads, no fancy funnels, nothing like that. Literally just using cold outreach. And he's gonna simply just go over the same methods and same tactics that he's using in order to do it, and literally how you can do it as well. What he's gonna talk about is the same process that he's using to book 5 to 10 appointments a day. He's gonna talk about the 5 process to actually scaling up your outreach in order for it to actually be efficient and effective. And then he's gonna talk about an AI secret that not a lot of people are using yet, but soon will be, and the people that are using it are actually winning. So check out this training, leave a comment down below with any thoughts and topics, and be sure to like the video if you like it. Enjoy.
Hey everyone, this is Gilbert from Agency U, and in this training here, I'm going to cover how we, and by we I mean myself and my business partner Austin, had both scaled our individual agencies past 100K per month using omni-channel AI outreach and no ads. That's right, both of us have scaled our agency to the 7-figure level without any ads and only using organic outreach and a team of appointment setters and closers. So my promise to you is that through this training, I'm going to make it as jam-packed as possible. I'm going to get to the meat and potatoes. I'm going to show you exactly what you can be doing now to book yourself 3 to 5 meetings per day using these 5 agency protocols, and why most agencies are not able to scale up because they lack these 5 fundamental principles that have allowed myself and Austin to be able to get past 100K per month. This is also the 5-step process that allows you to scale past 50K per month and beyond in 6 months or less. And this same process can be used for those who are looking to get from 5 to 10K per month, from 10 to 20, from 20 to 30, 30 to 50. This process is a process of scaling that will predictably be able to get you there. And the next one is our secret AI video that replaces sending looms and saves us, literally, not even kidding, hundreds of hours per month that would have done sending customized looms and video proposals and all that stuff. I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing. Now imagine this for a second. This is a screenshot of my team's calendar, and this is literally what our calendar looks like, not just on one day. Every single day, my closers are packed up and we have opportunities on the calendar. Now, watch till the end because I'm going to show you exactly how we were able to do this. This process here has literally taken me years to be able to get to this point. And I'm going to show you exactly the framework that I wish I would have seen if I was in someone's position that is looking to scale their agency.
We went from 2 clients, 2 monthly clients, about 5K revenue,
about 5K revenue to
now we're at 10K in revenue, 4 clients,
10K in revenue, 4 clients, 5 clients now.
1 or 2
About
more.
to sign off
Nice.
1 or 2 more.
All retainer. Nice.
All retaining clients, monthly
All
clients.
retaining clients, monthly clients.
Pretty great.
Pretty
We
great.
went from 2 clients.
So
monthly
what I'm
clients,
showing you here,
about
and I wanted to show this
5K
video
revenue
first,
to
is one
now we're
of our clients here
10K
who was
revenue,
able
4
to go
clients,
from
5
5
clients
to
now.
10K a
About to
month,
sign off
literally
1 or 2
doubling
more.
Nice.
their
All
MRR,
retainer.
their
All
monthly
retaining clients, monthly
retainers
clients.
that they have just
great.
from just
We went
one
from 2
of the
clients,
strategies
2 monthly
that I'm going to
clients,
share with you
about
here
5K
today. Now,
revenue.
before I go into this, you might be thinking, who is this guy that's talking on the training and who is Austin? So just a quick introduction. I promise this will be fast before I get into the training. My name is Gilberto Rosas. My agency is Maverick Media Lab, and I started this agency about a couple years back. It's now been around 5+ years. Just a quick background on me: born in East LA, South Central in Los Angeles. Born from very humble beginnings, no network, no nothing, no knowledge, complete beginner. And now I have a 7-figure agency with 25 team members, and I'm traveling the world while running my agency. Even now, the area where I am filming this now is in Medellin, Colombia, and soon next month I'll be in Argentina, and all while running my agency here. A couple screenshots of travels I've been able to do. And this has literally been like my dream lifestyle ever since I had put it on my vision board in 2018. And now it is a reality. And it's all due to the learnings that I'm going to be showing you here in this training here. Literally nothing held back. I'm going to be showing you exactly what you can be doing to achieve similar results for those of you who want to do the same thing as I'm doing, or even just have a lifestyle upgrade to what you're currently seeing right now. And my partner here is Austin. He's the founder of Brandtegic, great guy, runs 100 milers, runs 6 miles every single day, super solid dude. And he has a creative agency with 20 team members, been in business. We've been around at the same time since 2018, and hundreds of clients served. Not kidding. This guy is super dialed in. Here's a couple of screenshots of all the many clients that he's worked with. Even, we're in very similar states. He has a real estate video marketing agency. I have a mortgage marketing agency. We even have a couple clients that we have together. So that's initially how we met. And look at the amazing studio that he has. So that's Austin, super great guy. Also has built a 7-figure marketing agency. And these are the exact processes that we both have used to be able to scale up our agencies. And so what me and Austin did was we broke down exactly what both of us did. And there was a lot of similarities. We broke down exactly what we did to be able to get to this point. I'm going to share that with you right now. And so if you are watching this right now, remove any distractions, remove anything that is distracting you, take out a piece of paper and a pen, because what I'm going to share with you is very important, and it could literally be the thing that's going to be able to scale your agency. So let's get into it. Step 1. So this is the fundamental first step, literally for scale. This is literally not possible to be able to get a lot of appointments on your calendar without what I call the Dream 500 list. What is the Dream 500 list? So you might be familiar with the term Dream 100, and this is a term that is very famous in the marketing space, and it refers to the concept of being able to get a list of 100 people who would be your dream clients, the Dream 100, and reaching out to these individuals and being relentless in the follow-up. And so I took a little bit different approach. I call it the Dream 500 list. And I'm not saying get a list of exactly 500 prospects in your niche. What I'm saying is that now things are a lot different than when the concept of the Dream 100 list came out. There's a lot more marketing agencies in the space now, and there is a lot of outreach, a lot of saturation and messaging and niches and all this kind of stuff. And so because of that, we need to get very creative in the way that we outreach to prospects, in the way that we even aggregate our data in the list building that we do. So one of the things that I see where most agencies go wrong is volume deficiency. What I mean by this, very consistently when agencies come to me, colleagues of mine, that I have, other agencies that come and ask me for advice or questions, usually one of the things that I see that is deficient, that is not there, is volume deficiency. There's just not enough volume going out every single day. And how could there be if there's no list being consistently being built, or there's no systems in place to be able to get enough people to reach out to? And so that's problem number 1. This is the old way of doing things here. There's no list hygiene, which means we're not cleaning emails. We're not being deliberate about who we're reaching out to, right? Because you could have the best messaging in the world, but if you're not very deliberate in who you're reaching out to, who your target market is, then it all falls by the wayside. Delayed email warm-up. So for those of you who are very familiar, and some of you might already be doing cold email, a lot of what's being out there, a lot of what's being done out there, it's very inefficient. The process of going from setting up these cold email systems and launching just takes way too long. It's complicated setup, and it's just not efficient, and it's not realistic for an agency to do this and be able to hit 3 to 5 calls per day because of these bottlenecks that are happening. And so here is what we have. So this would be the new way. And this is what agencies like myself are doing every single day. We have at least, as a standard, 1,000 touch points going out per day. Now, this could be through calls, texts, emails, LinkedIn, Facebook DMs. What we want is 1,000 touch points per day. And this is standard. This is literally like minimum to be able to be put in the playing field in the agency space is 1,000 touch points per day, right? We're doing a lot more than this in multiples of this. But if you're just looking to get 3 to 5 calls, 1,000 touch points per day is the minimum standard, right? And you'll be able to get more than 3 to 5 calls if you're doing this outreach like this. And we want it to be automated. We want to be using softwares like Apollo, Seamless, and things like that to be able to not only have data coming in, but clean data coming in. You need to have processes in place to be able to aggregate data and use a method that we call campaign cycling. And what this is going to do is it's a very fast, rapid fire way of testing offers, subject lines, and finding what are the best ones in a very fast amount of time. Myself and my agency were able to very quickly find what's working very fast. And we do this through using campaign cycling. And this is something that we show to our students as well. We use Instantly. This is, something that every agency should be using. Instantly is great. We use it for email marketing. It does everything completely for you. And it's something that agencies like myself and other 7-figure agencies that I know of also are using Instantly as well. So this is step number 1. I mean, this is literally the foundation, is having a list building process so that you have outreach going out every single day. Now, step 2 is an AI video. All right. So what I used to do was I would look up, first of all, it would be very inefficient. I mean, this is back to the list building thing. I would go into Zillow and I would find like mortgage brokers, real estate agents, and all that kind of stuff. This is before I picked my niche and all that. And what I would do is I would copy and paste their email. I would put it into my Gmail, and then I would create a customized Loom because I saw it in some course. And then what I would do is I would spend hours, literally a whole day, and sometimes I would not even book one appointment. It was not scalable, and I was incredibly stressed and anxious. I mean, it was just like, I was incredibly stressed, could not sleep at night because I could not figure this out. And yes, I was able to get some meetings from it, but it was just not enough. And there was no way that I was going to scale. Looking back at it, there's just no way if I had continued to do that. But in our current agency environment, this is how a lot of individuals are doing. I mean, first of all, they're probably not doing active outreach. They're relying on referrals. They're relying on maybe Upwork posts and all this kind of stuff. It's not enough. We need to have some sort of system in place to be able to have scalable outreach. And all of that changed for me until I found our AI developer, Pranay, and he literally changed up the game for us. I mean, this is something where it literally took us to the next level. We were able to automate personalized Loom videos. And it was something that was not easy to do, but we had figured it out. And here are the results. This is actually live from inside of a Slack channel. And this is what it looks like. So you can see, consistently here across the day, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 appointments being booked in just one day. And this is all from customized videos going out that seem like Loom customized videos for each prospect, but it's not. It's actually it's AI video, what would be called a deep fake. If for those of you who are familiar with the term, it's an AI video that allows you to customize not only the prospect's name, but it'll actually sound like you, and it'll literally be a duplication of you and send out Loom videos, personalized Loom videos on your behalf. It's literally a game changer. And this is literally the thing that most agencies are not doing. And in this year, this 2023, in February of when I'm looking at the I'm looking at the day here, February 23rd, 2023, no one is doing this. And that is why one of the reasons why we are winning and getting ahead of our competitors because of the unique and blue ocean strategies that we're doing. So if you want to know exactly what these 7-figure agencies are doing, on what buddies of mine and Austin and other 7-figure agencies are doing, they're doing things like this that no one is aware of, right? The more that you have things that are unique, that very few people are doing, that is where you win. And the more things like that you can do, right, the more that you can get insight from those that are ahead of you and duplicate what they're doing, that is how you get ahead and how you win. So step 3. So now that we have a list building process, we know we have our Dream 500 strategy, we have our AI video. Step 3, this was the next step that really just took it out of the park for me, and it really allowed us to be able to hit scale, is an omni-channel infrastructure. And I say infrastructure and not system, because an infrastructure is something that you build that has systems within it. Really, an infrastructure is an aggregation of systems, right? And so we had, at the moment, once we had cracked AI and we started using this through LinkedIn, it was something that really, it was working really, really well. But we were capping out. I mean, in LinkedIn, you can only send out so many messages. And even worse now, I mean, it's much less that you can send. So we had what was called the DM dilemma. And this was a true bottleneck in my agency. I remember it specifically. It was something that I had struggled with. And it was where we got to the point where there were just limitations on the platform. And this is where I started branching out to other avenues. We started experimenting with this is where where we began our call center. We had cold callers that we had VAs that would cold call, and then we would set up cold email as well to be able to reach out to clients. So we had our cold email going out, we had our cold calling team, then we started implementing Facebook and then Instagram and then so on and so forth. All of these voicemail drops, all of these different strategies to be able to have an omni-channel infrastructure where we have unbeatable follow-up. Because here's the thing, what I find most agencies are struggling with once they figure out certain things is like their messaging they use from like some course that they had gotten or something that they saw from a YouTube video, and it's literally what everyone else in the agency is doing. And so if you sound like everyone else, you will get results like everyone else, and it's not going to be favorable. The last thing is follow-up deficiency. And this is one of those things that was really hard for me personally, because no one really shows you how to follow up. Like there's nothing like really out in the internet, which leads me to believe no one is following up with their leads. And all the best agencies and all the ones that I've seen, even 8-figure companies, have immaculate follow-up. I mean, they are relentless in following up with their leads. And so if you want to get to that next level, think to yourself, in your agency right now, are you in a platform that limits you? If you are severely capping how much you can make. Is your messaging sounding like everyone else? Are you following up with the leads? Right? If you're not, I mean, if either of these 3 strike a chord, that's a huge area of improvement. And this is just one thing that I've mentioned right now. This is just one thing. So here's the new way, and here's what we figured out. So we put in place messaging frameworks. These messaging frameworks are what allow us, and this is tied to campaign cycling, but messaging frameworks are what literally allow us to use principles that work, right? We have our email team, our email marketing team that will use these frameworks to create our own scripts, right? We take what works, right? The thing that works behind the scripts, we understand why it works, and then we've created these frameworks. So all we do is just switch up the wording, the specifics, but we follow the frameworks and it always works. We always are able, when we do campaign cycling, we are able to very quickly find a campaign that's working. Because here's the truth, once you get a campaign that's working, it will fatigue. It's similar to how you run ads, right? It will fatigue, and you will get to the point where you need to create another campaign, another messaging, all that kind of stuff. If you don't have this, your agency, if you have this in place, will decrease in revenue if you're not able to have something like this that will constantly churn new messaging. The last thing is our follow-up protocols. And so each member, whether it's our cold calling team, whether it's our email marketing or our LinkedIn, we have follow-up protocols in place to be able to follow up with each lead and make sure that no lead gets lost. Nothing slips through the cracks. And this is the thing that's in this day and age, in 2023, it is non-negotiable. It is literally the standard to start with, because if you don't, you are going to lose a ton of leads and a ton of business. The follow-up is where everything, the follow-up, fortune is in the follow-up. That wasn't a lie. I mean, it still holds true today. So this is the omni-channel infrastructure. Step 4. I see a lot of agencies. So this is kind of like the old way, and this is what I used to do as well. I was the one-man show. I was very limited in my thinking. I had these limiting beliefs about bringing on new people and thinking that I could just do it all myself, and I would just burn myself to the ground and get super burnt out doing everything. It's just not sustainable, guys. In the beginning, you can sustain it. And this is from someone who works very hard. You can sustain it, but you will eventually just burn out. And this is something that I learned the very, very hard way. You really create what's called the agency hamster wheel. Like, all of us create our agencies for more money or freedom, right? And so what we do is we just create our own, another job, the thing that we were escaping in the first place. We just create our own job, and it becomes frustrating because you get into the thing that you were literally trying to escape, right? And it became very apparent to me when I hit my 20K a month barrier, and I was just burning out. I was not getting anywhere with my agency. I had no clue like where to go, until I literally got to the point where I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And this is where I started implementing, and I started dipping my toes into systems, something that Austin, my business partner, is very good at, is very genius at when it comes to ops and leadership and all that stuff. I started dipping into things like SOPs, KPIs, EODs, all this stuff. I mean, I know this is all like acronyms that might sound like Chinese for some people, but these are very common terms when it comes to like systems. SOP, standard operating procedures. These are the instructions that VAs follow, that employees follow in a company to be able to execute your tasks. This is how you're literally able to duplicate yourself, because a lot of people I've seen have tried implementing VAs or hiring a VA and it just doesn't work out. We have about, I would say, 15 VAs right now in our system, and each one of those are gone through a very rigorous process of sourcing, interviewing, training, and even managing. And so all of this was things that I figured out using all of these different things like KPIs, EODs, and it really provided a quantum jump where it actually allowed me to have enough time to be able to get on more sales calls and be able to close more prospects and just have a little bit more peace of mind, because I had someone else that was doing the prospecting, and I could really scale, because the more numbers you get, the more outreach you do, the more meetings you're going to get. The more meetings you get, the more people you will close, even if you're not a good closer. That's just the truth. Step 5, the scaling Codex. So this is personally one of my favorites, because once I figured this out, it just was a mental paradigm that I crossed through that it completely changed the game for me. And so this was what I have gone, and this is literally something I figured out after, kind of going through this. And so now I'm kind of reflecting and looking back and seeing that if any agency were to follow this, they would be able to get to where me and Austin are. And so I'm going to break it down for you right now. So if you're anywhere below 10K a month, you are either lacking in a clear and strong offer. So maybe you need a couple guarantees, switch up the pricing, raise your pricing, which is oftentimes what happens and what's the bottleneck, or you need a better sales process. If you do have a strong offer and you have a strong sales process, you need a strong lead gen channel. So if you do these and you have the right mindset, that's the one that most people don't talk about. But if you have the right mindset, you're disciplined, you will get to zero. You will get to 10K a month. It's literally almost impossible not to get there. 10 to 20K a month. This is where you start to outsource your fulfillment. This is where you start, if you're a social media marketing agency, this is where you start to hire and outsource the actual social media management. If you are already doing this, is where you begin to outsource your lead gen. You start to hire your first VA that's going to do the outreach for you while you focus on closing, right? At this point here, you are letting go of some of the fulfillment work and eventually letting it all go. And then you are focusing on closing and having another VA setting appointments, right? Then from 20K to 50K a month, this is where you start to implement more systems in place for the fulfillment, for lead generation, for onboarding. And then this is where you introduce a client success manager. So if you're anywhere within this range here, adding in a client success manager is literally what gave me that jump at this step here, and especially with systems, it allowed me to really make that jump. Because guys, keeping this in mind, at every level of scale, and this is something that my mentor had told me, and it just changed the way I think about this, is it's not just about the time, it's about the emotional and mental bandwidth that you have on a limited basis every single day. So it's not just about the time, it's about the bandwidth that you need just to even handle clients and fulfillment and do life. It takes up emotional and mental bandwidth, not just time. So if you have someone else that can help you with that, you have so much more open space to be able to actually scale. And that's what a lot of agencies are unable to do. 50 to 100K per month. This is where you start to use to implement a closer and an ops manager. Now, in some of you might have a partner, so maybe that they're your ops manager, they're your CEO, they're the ones that handle the operations. If you're a solo guy like myself, really the thing that took me past 50 was a closer and having an ops manager. And the ops manager really was the next level of delegation for me. And this was not easy. And I didn't have guidance, and it took me a long time. And so was the closer stuff. I mean, now we have a hiring funnel and we have all this stuff in place to predictably be able to bring on closers. But at that point, it wasn't there. It wasn't until I got mentorship that I was able to actually get the steps, the funnels, the scripts, the stuff that I needed, the structure and the processes and the knowledge to be able to do it. 100K plus per month. So this is where myself and Austin are. This is where you implement more of your brand. You start building out your brand more. This is really where leadership, team building, and understanding operations really, this is where you really kick things up. And so this is where a lot of agencies want to go. And so if you're stuck at any of these stages here, this is what you need to get to the next level. So long as you have, for example, for those who want to get to 0 to 10K per month, you just need someone to plug you in with the right sales process. If you don't have a lead gen channel, you need someone to give you exactly what to follow, the frameworks, the softwares, the tools, all that stuff, the snapshots, all that stuff. Outsourcing fulfillment, all you need is trained VAs. It's a very simple thing. Trained VAs are usually what get it in. Systems, you need systems in place, and more than likely a client success manager if you don't have that. A closer, you need to know where to find those closers. An ops manager, you know where to find ops managers, what they need to do, the roles, the job description, all that kind of stuff. And brand and leadership team building, one of the things that Austin is an absolute beast at, and one of the things that he is an absolute specialist in. And one of the things that I've learned a lot from him as well. So this is like brand and leadership, team building. This is really where the intangibles put into play. And this is one of the things that I am implementing it to be able to lead my team and be able to lead our closers, our setters, all that good stuff. So,
what is up, guys? My name is Santiago Castro, CEO of the Element. I really want to give a huge shout out. I would not be at the point that I am today without Austin and AgencyU for about 2 years. And today's the day that we actually flew to our first studio. Before that, we were working out of a garage. It was really me and maybe one other guy. And now we have a team of 10 people and a studio, and we were actually able to scale fairly quickly. We were from 0 to 6 figures in 6 months, and realized that we can actually do this at a higher rate. And from there, Austin structured systems put in place, plus the community that other agencies is unparalleled. 100% 10 out of 10 recommend anybody considering doing something like this, it really will accelerate your business to the next level. What is up, guys? My name is Santiago Castro, CEO of the Element.
So I wanted to show this here. This is an
not be at the point that I am today without
one of our
Austin and
students who was
HCU.
able to
We've been
go
doing business for
from
about 2 years,
literally
and today's
0
video
to
here
six
to our
figures
first
in
studio. Before
6
that, we were working out
months.
of a garage.
He's in a
It was originally
studio
me
right
and
now that
maybe
you
one
can
other guy,
see
and now we have a
there,
team of 10 people
and
in a
now
studio,
he's
and we were actually
a
able to
thriving
scale
team of
fairly quickly.
team
We were able to go from
members.
0 to 6
So
figures within 6
this
months,
is
and
an
we realized we can actually do
example of
this
someone
at a higher
who
rate. And from there,
took
Austin and his team really helped us structure systems, put in
the
place.
steps
This
from
community that
someone
we have
who was
with
ahead of
agency
him
owners is unparalleled.
and
100% 10
implemented
recommend
him to the
anybody considering
T
doing something like this, because it really will accelerate
and
your
was
business
able
to
to
the next level.
get to that next
What is up, guys? My
level
name's Austin
where
Schneider
he
and
now
I'm
has
I really
an
want to
awesome
give HCU a huge shout
studio,
out. I would not be at the
and
point
now
that I
he
am
has
today without
a
Austin and
thriving
HCU. We've
team,
been in business for about 2
and
years, and today's the day that
now
we actually
he's
moved to our first
really
studio.
in
Before
that
that, we were working out of a
stage
garage.
where
It
he's
was
looking
literally
to
me and
get
maybe one
to
other
the
guy,
50
and now we have a
to
team of 10
100K
people
mark.
in a studio,
And
and we're
so
actually
just to recap here, these are the 5 steps that myself and Austin took to be able to scale our individual agencies. I was able to scale Maverick Media Lab, and Austin was able to scale Braintegic. Step 1 is the Dream 500 list. Step 2, the AI video, the scalable outreach and prospecting. Step 3 is the omni-channel infrastructure. Step 4 is installing a trained $5 an hour VA. And step 5 is the scaling Codex. And so if this is in place, this is what it looks like. And I'm just going to show you guys from inside our Slack channel here. So this is Nate, one of our closers. He's talking about his first month. Today has been an official month. I was running the numbers. I made 10K in money in contracts included in my first month. So this is literally 10K in commissions that he was able to make in his first month, right, as a closer with us. And this is one of our closers. So locked in a 6K VA PIF today. Nate got 2 PIFs, 3-month contracts today, 2 setup fees, both 1 call closers. Payment in for a 15K, 12-month done for you. So this is what happens here. So this is from our Slack channel. Hey, this is what happens when you have a proper infrastructure, you have the right amount of outreach, and you have a great sales process that you can then duplicate to not just 1, but multiple closers like what we have in our agency. So at this point, you might be thinking, like, how do I hire a VA? Like, how do I find where to do AI videos? How do I get 5 to 8 sales calls per day? Like, closers, all this stuff. Like, what do I do to get to the next step and scale? And really, there is no right answer, because really every agency is different. There's so many nuances that come into this game, and it literally takes someone who, at least it was the case in my experience when I have my mentors, who it takes someone who's been ahead of you to be able to look back and then evaluate and see all of the blind spots that you have so that you can go in there and just fix it. It's literally like someone just going in there and saying, oh, this is what's missing. Boom, just put this in. And so what we'll do, and so myself and Austin, we're very busy. I mean, we're currently running our own agencies right now. And so for a select few agency owners, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be offering you a free agency audit. And so this is literally going to be us looking in, using the strategies that myself and Austin look to evaluate and run audits on our own agencies, and look at your lead gen strategy, sales process, systems, SOPs, and look at where your area of growth is. Where can we improve your agency and get you past the next level? And trust me, for myself and Austin, I mean, that is very easy to do. And anyone from our team as well, they are able to do as well, because once you have the framework and the systems, you know what to look for and you can easily identify it. And so after the call, if you're interested in working with us, we do have a one-on-one coaching, and this would be with myself and Austin. Like I said, we both are preaching we practice what we preach. So we're both 2 7-figure agency owners that you will get access to. We both currently have our own agencies that we run actively right now. And not only are we going to be able to go in there and do that one-on-one coaching and be able to help you one-on-one, looking at your problems and solving them right on the spot, we're even going to have you and give you access to trained VAs that will be placed for you as part of the program, so you can go in there and be able to duplicate our success. You're going to be able to literally duplicate exactly what me and Austin are doing. Not only that, you're going to be able to get access to SOP, scripts, process, all that good stuff. I mean, literally anything you need, you'll have access to, as long as, you know, we have it in our agency, which we probably do. Any problem that you've seen, we've probably seen it as well in our own agencies. We'll be able to give you the solution to that problem or the next step that you need to be taking. And so whether that's an SOP, a script, or process, or even access to our network of closers, client success managers, or even other agencies as well, whoever we need to connect you with, we will be able to do that. And myself, we have a wide variety of closers, of setters, of CSMs, client success managers, and we will be able to make those connections. And that's where you're going to be able to get access to our 7-figure agency network. Not only that, you're going to have an exclusive agency community. I know for myself, when I had every jump that I made and every breakthrough that I've had, usually in those instances, I had a community. I had someone who would help me to be able to see what I was able to see. And sometimes it was a mentor, sometimes it was just another agency owner. And I remember the first coaching program that I had, I literally still talk to them now. I mean, I was just texting them right before doing this training here, and these become lifelong friends. And, you know, in this agency journey, that's one of the things that you need the most of, because it's not, as you've probably already seen now, it's not an easy journey, and most people aren't in this, right? In your close circle of friends, if you've only been doing it for a year or so, you probably don't have those individuals that are there to support you and help you, or can even understand what you're going through, right? So I'm going to show you something from one of our clients.
If you're an agency owner like me, it can feel lonely because there's not someone on your team that you can go to that you can ask questions on how to run the agency, what to do and what not to do. And that's why I invested to join Agency U, because Austin Schneider not only has built a 20 to 30 person agency himself running a 7-figure agency, there's other like-minded individuals. And I've invested tens of thousands of dollars in other communities, and Agency U is different. It's not your bro marketers that you're going to find on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok. These are people who generally care about their clients, about their team. They're innovative, they're creative. And Austin helped me go from a solo owner to building a team. He's helped me build out systems, processes, Notion dashboards, and really build a scalable business. And it is not a small investment to join Agency U, but building a business is a mountain to climb. You don't have to do it on your own. And take it from me, it's worth every penny to get to know Austin, get to join the Agency U. More importantly, free up my time to actually grow the business. So I highly recommend joining. If you're an agency owner like me, it can feel lonely because there's not someone on your team that you can go to ask questions on how to run the agency, what to do and what not to do. And that's why I invested to join Agency U, because Austin Schneider not only has built a 20 to 30 person agency himself running a 7-figure agency, there's other like-minded individuals. And I've invested tens of thousands of dollars in other communities, and Agency U is different. It's not your bro marketers that you're going to find on Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok. These are people who generally care about their clients, about their team. They're innovative.
So having said that, I just want to make it clear for those who are watching this, this is who this would not be for, and this wouldn't be the best fit for. Usually it's for, it's not for beginners just getting started. So if right now you're kind of already like in a 9-to-5 and you're looking to transition into the agency space, but there's no offer, no outreach, and you're doing around less than 5K a month right now, what you'll need is pick an offer and do some outreach, and you'll be able to get to 5K a month. But unfortunately, that would not be who we would best be able to help. Now, who we would best be able to serve in the highest way possible and make the most money for is agencies that are in either of these current barriers right now. So you're either looking to get from 5 to 10K a month, you're looking to get from 10 to 20K a month, you're looking at break past the 50K a month barrier, which this one is tough. It's one of the hardest ones. Or you're simply an agency that's looking for help from those who have been there and done that. And so if this strikes a chord at all, then I want you to book a call below. And worst case, we're not a fit, but you got 30 minutes of our time and you come out with a strategy to be able to scale to 100K months. And you get a personalized strategy on how to do it. So literally we'll show you exactly what you need specifically. And then at that point, you can run with it and implement it on your own. Best case though, you'll want to work with us, scale faster, have us equip you with the tools, have us equip you with the trained VAs, have us give you the SOPs, snapshots, systems, onboarding, Notion dashboards, all the systems and literally everything you need to get to that next step. So I want you to hear from one of our clients what this is going to look like.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Dominic from Love is Social. I just want to give some love to Agency U in Austin. Super helpful and super pivotal in my career, like early stages of my agency. I didn't really know what I was doing, operating as a solopreneur, which I still am, but really cleared a lot of paths for me, and also helped me connect with other agency owners who I still talk to on a daily basis. So from an operations standpoint and kind of understanding pricing and a lot of the complicated stuff that you can't communicate with anybody else because it's just you, he was super helpful. So couldn't recommend him much more.
Agency U is one of the best investments that we personally made as a company for a few different reasons. One, it provides you with a community of like-minded entrepreneurs that are interested in growing, which is amazing. And we're able to be in constant communication with each other and bounce ideas off of each other. And it's just overall a great environment. And the systems that are provided, hands down, worth the money, even if you don't do anything else. Agency U is one of the.
So look, if you're wanting to get a similar result as our clients here in the videos that you've seen, whether it's getting access to an exclusive agency community or getting access to not just one, but 2 7-figure agency owners, or simply you just need the systems, processes, or the personnel, whether it be the VAs, client success managers, or closers, then all you have to do is click the link below to schedule a call, and we will see you on the other side. Now, before I let you go, I'm going to go ahead and show you just one more client success interview.
Hi everyone, I'm Kara and I'm the founder of KC Creative. It's a full-service social media management agency based in Salem, Oregon. Okay, if you're thinking about the agency program led by Austin, stop thinking and start doing. I was able to gain more clarity on the offerings that I had with my packages, as well as pricing and just how to put pricing together to really charge clients for what I'm worth. I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for Austin or the collaborative community of professionals that you gain by joining this program. I have been able to have hard conversations of rate increases with existing clients to be able to double the prices of what my clients used to be paying me. I would not have been able to double my sales revenue if it wasn't for Austin and Agency U. If you're thinking about it, like I said, just do it. You will not regret your decision.
So that's it, guys. This is the end of the training. And so this is literally the step-by-step. And I'm literally was walking you through the journey of what it took for our agencies to grow. And so this right here is literally the step-by-step of what we go into, the exact same protocols that we cover on our coaching calls, on our teachings, and whenever we consult and talk to agencies. This is literally what we run them through, and we have done it over and over again, not just for other agencies, but first for ourselves. Me and Austin were our own first case studies and really just trudging through and battling and going into the battlefield and testing things to find what works. Now, this is the stuff that I wish I knew, and it's what's working now in 2023. I mean, 2020 was a different thing. You know, it looked very much different. There was less agencies. Now it's just a completely different ballgame, and you need the know-how to be able to compete in today's market. So if any of this at all interests you and you are looking to get to that next level and scale and you want us to help you with it, then go ahead and book a call below and we'll see you on the other side. See you soon.